Hey, I was thinking about a conversation I've had before about direct mail, postcards, and marketing. And, it comes back down to the sales cycle and the marketing cycle again. I mean, whether you're a real estate agent doing postcards in your market, your city, that's farming your market, or you're a real estate investor looking for people in foreclosure. Think back to the short sales and Google Voice and getting up to 20 calls a day on the short sale postcards we did. Man, even on the short sale ones, you had to follow up for probably a month or two or three before you got some signatures and go through a whole 6 month to 12-month short sale process back in, this was a while ago, back in 2009 or so. So it's a very long sales cycle. And another thing too is if you're looking for somebody to list their house and you're a realtor, I haven't done my direct mailing just for that, but I mean, it's the idea that like you farm your area and you keep doing it. And, if they say people buy or they sell their house every 5 years, you got to get that cycle down right? Because you don't want to spend for postage for 5 years. So even if you get it down to a year and you figure that out, you're sending out, and everyone's going to be at a different time, but you're sending out direct mail. Maybe there's not a lot of competition for it, but you're sending out direct mail for, say, 3 months, 6 months, a year more, and then people finally say, yeah, I'm thinking about selling my house. And then they contact you and say, what would that entail or whatever. If you continue to follow up with them, they may still be 6 months or 9 months away from actually listing it. They may list it within 3 months. They may want to do it at an unreasonable price, but you take the listing anyways as a real estate agent. And then it takes them another month or two to come down in price to be reasonable, just to be like, oh, you're right. I mean, I couldn't sell it at that price. So the reason I tell you all this is not I'm a listing agent expert or anything. I'm just telling you about cycles. And it's just like this idea that from the time you're sending out the postcards to the time that deal closes, when the price comes down, eventually you get an offer on the property, somebody closes on the house within a month or two. I mean, you could be talking about 9 months, a year and a half. Meanwhile, you're spending 30 cents on postcards at the post office, right? Per postcard. So if you're spending $500 a month, or if you're spending $1,000 a month, at some point you're up to $12,000 to $18,000 or $10,000 on postcards before some of these deals start to close. So you got to have the cash reserves for a marketing cycle, especially postcards and direct mail. There might not be that much competition because of that. And just make sure that you have the marketing budget for that, and understanding the sales cycles. They could take a long time. But if you get your list is better, the data is better, and maybe like I've heard once that you go find a townhouse development where people kind of are moving up to a newer house, and after a couple of years they live in those developments. So maybe you'll be able to get the timing and the cycle down better. Maybe you can get a list of people from Facebook who are thinking about moving pretty soon. So that list is pretty good. And then your messaging is about, hey, are you looking to move within 30 days? Are you looking to list your house within 30 days? Get a free information PDF ebook if you go to the website here and fill out your address. And then what happens is you might get like 100 people to fill out their address for that free ebook. Well, guess what? Now you only have to mail out to those 50 to 100 people for the next 6 months or a year. So that's obviously a lot cheaper way to do it than keep mailing out thousands of people and spending thousands of dollars. So you're always thinking of a marketing cycle and your cash flow cycle and everything else. So that's my tip for today, guys. It's going to be true with all kinds of real estate investing, real estate sales, real estate marketing, all that stuff.